tries. I'm gonna just for a reminder for everyone in the audience who I don't know why I'm saying reminder. None of you would even know what I've been doing. Basically, if you're tuning in, I am currently on like attempt 7 of this or something like that. Not a horrendous amount of attempts, but definitely enough to be like, okay, you know, someone thinks they're a funny guy. You know, like enough to be upset. And essentially, it's clicking in my head that I am very much not going to enjoy this. Essentially what's going on is I ran into a bug, and it stops me from playing this level in a really specific way, which doesn't sound like it would be an issue until, like, you see what it is. Essentially, I cannot use flash cannon on the mouser that I need to get rid of. Because of a whole thing going on with the game. There's a bug that stops me from being able to inflict Juggled on an enemy that is already stuck. And that essentially means that I cannot use flash cannon to stop the mouser spawner from spawning mousers because I need to be able to juggle it. And that creates a really horrendous scenario, especially at the end of this level, which I haven't even made it to yet, because I've been perpetually stuck on the part before that. So you can tell why I'm a little bit like scatterbrained, perhaps a little miffed. But we're getting there. This is not a bad sequence at all. The level's been going good so far, so here's to more of that. But, you know, things are going well now. Every enemy's cleared off the screen. It's a really good setup going in to the final bit here. So let's just keep it going, you know? Just keep it going. We've cleared out everything. We just got here. So basically, I'm going to have to flash cannon these two, kick this guy, and then juggle the enemy. And that's probably fine. I can probably do all those things. But, yeah, it's because Juggled doesn't work the way you think it would. So we need to move. I believe it's going to take 4 movements to get in here. So we'd only have 2 actions. Yeah, we can really only juggle, but that's fine. This. Perfect. And now this should be a clear, hopefully. It's a little weird, but I'm okay with that. I'm just playing it really slow. That's why it looks kind of awkward. But the main reason for that is just being safe. I'm just thinking about my moves before I make them. Making sure I know what's going on here. And yeah, this isn't a hard section when you really get down to it. But I was like, that bug was particularly again, it's hard to really like put into words what that bug was doing, but essentially like you saw, I had to sequence it in a weird way, and it took me about like 30 minutes to figure out what the bug actually was. So because of that, this whole thing going on basically. But that's okay, because now we're on the next section of the level, and we're looking great right now. I'm very happy with how this is. That's amazing. Amazing news, really. Could not be happier at the news. So, we're gonna get to the last section of the level, and we're gonna have to really lock in for that. I'm not entirely sure what my strat is yet, where my head's at, but that's fine. I just needed to get to this point to really get a mental reset, feel better about this whole challenge, because there was a point where that bug was so bad it was kind of making me doubt if I could do the challenge at all. So, you know, next time you think like, oh, you know, how bad could it have been? It was pretty damn bad. So we're gonna do this again. So juggle, then flash cannon. It's very important to do it in that order. Now we can knock out these guys in a pretty short amount of actions. It allows us to reposition over here and knock this guy out and get ready for the end of the level. So, go. Check this out. Boom. Boom. Weird way to stay safe this round. It also sets us up though, because now we can side strike this guy to get one more point. Or actually we can kick off if we want. It's our choice. But I think I'm actually just going to side strike him. And go over here. Juggled. 1, 2, 3. I don't think the mouser can hit me. Yes. Yes. Okay, the mouser couldn't catch me. Thank goodness. You have no idea how possible that just made what I was about to do. Because if that mouser caught me, I was cooked. But now we should be able to do this. So, here we go. Now we can just do this, that. That should be the end of the level. It is. Nice. I might just go ahead and do a few more fancy things. Have some fun with it. You know, as if I had to keep clearing this room. I could have cleared the entire room and probably kept up with more spawning enemies. Although that's a bit cocky to say, but I think that was totally possible. So there you go. Chop, chop, drop. Actually not that hard. The biggest reason that it was difficult is because I had no idea what was going on in the game. I was inflicting stuck onto the enemies, and then when I would hit them, it would actually cause the juggled effect to not go because they were already stuck. I guess you can only be stuck or juggled, but nowhere in the game does it say that. And also juggled is just preferred to stuck, so if I had to pick between the two, I would always pick juggled because it's literally just a better version of stuck. So it's weird, right? Because it's most certainly a bug. And I was experiencing it in a way where the strat I was trying to use to clear this level over and over again for about an hour was sticking everybody near it with the flash cannon because I wanted extra damage on the machine. If that makes any sense. So basically I was trying to go for the 2 damage flash cannon because I had the radical buff. So I was always going that direction to try and deal 2 damage in a 3x3 and make the level a bit easier that way. And then after all of that, it was just like, oh my god, it's a bug. I realized it because I was like, it's not juggling them despite the juggle animation playing. And then I was like, okay. I tried it on a normal enemy in a Mikey level, and the exact same thing happened again, where it was, if you stick an enemy and then juggle them, it doesn't count. So, let it be known, very specific bug was in the way of me clearing that level. Second try on the way back, super easy. Made it look easy. All the attempts I had to do on this level, learning the level sequence and whatever, was just to make it easy after I figured out the bug, I guess. So, GG, chop, chop, drop, next level.